Good morning, the old spotted jacks, this is Dinkles and Popty Pings, and how the devil are you? I hope you're well. You're joining me here, the other side of Frome or Frome in Somerset. Now today is Friday. Did-a-daff, 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 did-a-daff. I'll just turn these pillocks off, I can't be doing them. The Zoe Ball breakfast show. A menopausal woman who tries to speak to us all like we're children on Saturday morning TV. And that bloody annoying Richie Anderson. I'm sure he's a lovely lad, but I can't be doing with him. He's a gobshite. Some may say I'm a gobshite, but there you go. One fella commented on one of my last videos and said, "What a fucking knob." I thought, thank you. You know what I mean? Be seeing you. Need to address them anger issues of yours. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but hey, it is what it is. If everybody liked cup of tea, we'd be boring. Right, mirrors, we're going to try and get out of here. I had an absolute nightmare getting to this place last night. I'm loaded. This thing is loaded for Aberdeen, but I won't be taking it to Aberdeen. Go on, son. Go on, go on, go on, go on, LP, go on. Right, we're out. Right, so I had a nightmare getting in here last night. I came from Avonmouth. I ended up coming down the M4 and I turned off for what I thought was Chippenham, which, bang on, bring me down through 350 and that. For somehow, I ended up taking a wrong turn. Right, Warminster, this is what I want. I'm going out this way, some mirrors. Somehow, I ended up taking a bloody wrong turn and going back in towards Bath. Now, I know Bath is one huge bloody weight limit. You can't get across the bridge at the on the A36 anymore. So, going back towards Bath, accidentally, I then ended up having to do a big round tour of Bath and coming back out onto the 46 and then making my way over to a place called Radstock. So I made my way over to a place called Radstock, then come into this place where I've loaded at this morning on the back roads, and it was an absolute pain in the arse. Honestly, absolute frigging nightmare. It was not sexy at all. So I thought, well, it is what it is. You know, you're committed, you've got to do it. The beauty about it is I'm on a flatbed, so I didn't have the big high trailer to clip all the trees down. Anyway, we got there. Christ, it would probably look like a spider's web if they looked at that tracker last night or this morning, but it's one of them, it is what it is. But I got there, parked outside the place, and I got loaded this morning. As I say, this thing is loaded for Aberdeen, but I ain't going to be taking it to Aberdeen because I'm off next week. So I'm going to be taking it back to the yard. So we're heading up to Carlisle, basically. We're heading up to Carlisle and Lagramy is where I'm based. Well, I'm based out of Longtown. I run out at Longtown Yard. So I'll be taking this back to Longtown, dropping trailer. Somebody else will be picking it up either Monday or Tuesday, running it up to Aberdeen. Just coming into a 40 mirrors. So I'm not going back out the way I've come this morning, the way I come last night. I've decided I kind of know Frome a little bit. There is some weight limits and that which we've scutted round there. Just had a sandwich in that butty van. It was absolutely scrum-diddly bloody umptious, so we're ready for it. So what I'm going to do, whether right or wrong, I'm going to follow this out onto the A36 now for Warminster, and I want to be picking up the 350 to bring me back over towards Chippenham. That should run me all the way down through Chippenham and then pick up the M4. I do need fuel as well. I can either get to the M4 and pick up Leigh Delamere. It sounds like somebody's playing hide and seek in it and they've not been found for ages, so they decide to come out and expose themselves. Leigh Del, I'm here. You know what I mean? But there you go. Anyway, so we pick up the M4, get into Leigh Delamere services, get some fuel, then we can either go M4, M5, or we can go back up the M4, pick up the A34, bray on through to the side of Oxford, run up the M40. I've not decided yet, so the trick is for me now to try and get over towards Chippenham, because I am not going back through Bath, through, you know, trying to skirt round Bath. It's just weight limits everywhere and it's a frigging nightmare. Yeah, it was a pain in the arse last night, it really was. But I'd been on the A350 last night, because I was planning on coming in this way, and like I said, I'd been on the 350, but somehow the other side of Chippenham, I'd taken a wrong turn and then ended up going back towards Bath, and I ended up coming through a place called Bradford upon Avon, which I've been to Bradford upon Avon before with the Green and White Army, whose name I won't mention because somebody else has pulled me up and said, I knew you'd mention Yankees, you know what I mean? Just did. I'd been down that way before, so I knew the area halfish. However, when I got through to the side of Bradford upon Avon, I couldn't continue on up the road because, again, frigging weight limits. Bath is just one big weight limit. Weight limits, so I had to make my way back up to the 46 A350, that's what I want, Westbury. I had to make my way back up to the A46 and skirt around the outskirts of Bath and then pick up the road for Bristol and then pick up the road for Radstock and start making my way back in. Back round to the other side, so it was a nightmare. Absolute pain in the arse. It's the 350 I want. I'm currently on the A36. I want the A350. Should be a left-hand turning in a bit. I perhaps could have got down that B road there to Westbury or something, but I've never been down that way and I don't want to, just in case. Yeah, it's Friday today. We're running north. The time now is 7 minutes past 9. So we'll get home today with enough driving time. I saved a 15 and a 10-hour drive. So even though I went a bit higgledy-piggledy last night, I pulled up just shy of a 13-hour shift. So, and I pulled up right outside bloody gate to where I was loading as well, which was nice. It was handy. I took my chances. I knew that I could come back on myself and go back up to a lay-by I had seen. And I took my chances and just see if I could get outside gate and there was nobody there. And there was one truck there, but he'd loaded and was on his way out. He was stopping till morning. Some mirrors. We do need fuel, we've got a quarter of a tank, but we're alright yet. Good job I took this way, Westbury, because that says truck route for Westbury, so that B road would have been doomed to failure perhaps. So I'm heading for Warminster basically, where I've been round Warminster on and off enough times, so I should go over Warminster, continue on the 36, then swing a left, pick up the 350. I think I'm going to be making my way over to a place called Devizes that way on and through to the side of Chippenham, then we'll drop onto M4 there. I'm not going back that way, it was a pain in the arse. And the other side of Bath is always really busy anyway.
After 500 yards,
and there's bus lanes everywhere.
Roundabout, first exit.
So this thing will try and throw us off centre, you know. It's the 350 I want. So that's it there. A350 Chippenham left. Bingo.
Go round the roundabout, first exit.
Bingo! 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 350 Chippenham and Trowbridge. That's what we want. That's what we want, pal. That's what we want. That'll do nicely, lad. That'll do nicely. Yeah, I've been all round here on chipper jobs, so I kind of know the area. But again, it's a while since I've been down here. But yeah, that Frome or Frome, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's F-R-O-M-E. Is it Frome? I would say Frome, but some people might say Frome. You know what I mean? But I can confirm that it's a right pain in the arse. It's just everywhere. That side of A36 just seems to be surrounded by bloody weight limits. No matter every which way you turn, there's a bloody weight limit. Mirrors. But just mindful, there's a busy junction here from the right-hand side. Military units, Warminster. Lights are on red, mirrors. Just backing him off. It's a while since I've been down here, and it's easy to forget. You know what I mean? You go that many bloody places, it's easy to forget. Like, once you get onto a certain road, you start thinking, I've been down here before, and I fucked up last time. Do you know what I mean? There we go, Chippenham M4, 18 miles, that'll do us. We're probably running into Leigh Delamere. Leigh, Del, I'm here. You're not looking for me. Probably running into Leigh Delamere and get some fuel. And we'll see what crack is. I mean, from the if I go on the M4 down towards the M5, it's a bit of a trek down to M5. It'll spit me out to the side of Avonmouth and then head north. But I can also run up the M4, cut across the A34. I think that's going to be a bit of a longer way around, to be honest. I really do. I mean, I could come down off the M4 and drop down through to the side of Swindon and Birdlip, and then you're only going to pick up the M5 anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I might just swing a left on the M4, run it down to M5 and run up through from Avonmouth. I'll get for you on the M5 then. So we're dropping down here, some mirrors. Yeah, I'm off next week. We've got the joys of going to watching Robbie Williams in concert on Sunday night at Sandringham, don't you know? I mean, I'm not really that bothered about Robbie Williams, to be honest, but the wife likes him, and what can I say? Every now and again, because I'm a married man, every now and again I like sex, so out for a quiet laugh, mate, do you know what I mean? Mirrors, coming into a 30, just backing him off.
400 yards.
Mindful cyclist, he's just dismounted.
Second exit.
Right, so again, we want to be going over this roundabout. Second exit according to El Twaticus Navigus. We're picking up signs for mirrors. We're picking up signs for, bloody hell, bumpy. We're picking up signs for Chippenham. See, there's weight limits everywhere you bloody look. There's just a bloody
Go round the roundabout.
stinking
Second exit.
pigging, swining bloody weight limit. Mirrors. On we go. The beauty about being on a flatbed, unless you've got a really high load, the beauty about being on a flatbed now is you don't have to worry about low bridges. As long as it doesn't say 12 foot, you're alright. 14 footers, 15 foot threes, not a problem at all. 15 foot bridges, oh, brilliant. Brilliant, pal. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know what that barbed wire's for though. Is it something to do with military? Are they guarding toilet roll in case there's another pandemic? I don't know. So mirror's still in a 30 as far as I'm aware. If I mind on here, when we come down, we have to take a tight left-hand turning, I'm sure, at this particular spot. I have been this way before now. I recognise the place.
After
Mirrors
300
pedestrian crossing
yards,
road.
go
Bus
round
just
the
coming out on
roundabout.
right hand
Second
side.
exit.
You're on one way to Fock turn. Mirrors. Mini roundabout going
Go
straight
round the
over.
roundabout. Second
Yeah, we're going to
exit.
take a left-hand turn in a minute. I've been up the other way as well. It's a bloody tight right-hand turn when you come to this junction in a minute. Mirrors, where's this fella going? There we go, just back him off. Just ready in anticipation like a cold spring out, lad. Yeah, we go round this bend, tight left-hand bend here, mirrors. and then there should be
Go
a
round
left
the
hand turning.
roundabout. First exit.
Just mindful, just offer him up. Oh, it is a turning actually. No, this is the turning, yeah, it's a tight hole turning when you're coming from Tulaware. Mirrors. Ah, there you go, see, is this my old wagon? No, it's somebody else. There's one from my ex-employers. I say I've been up this way before.
100
He's probably going to a chipper
Go
job.
round the roundabout.
Or he might be going to
First
a
exit.
little place at Frome where I've been
Go
to
round the
before.
roundabout.
So mirrors straight
First
across.
exit.
We're going to be turning right here at this roundabout. So mirrors, just mindful of dad and kid.
Go round the roundabout. Second exit.
Yeah, baby. Over towards this white line now, so we don't cut up this curb with trailer. Just backing him off, just mindful. Over towards this little car, and then take him off. Back again. Over towards the white lines. Brings him round nicely. Brings us round nicely within our crease. Progress. We was checking mirrors as well. No need for race on. I know it's Friday, but no point foot down Friday going through these villages like this, like a bat out of hell. It gets you nowhere, and it just gets you dirty looks and a bad reputation. So mirrors, mindful, bends round to left, tight. No zebras out, but it's tight. None's crutch, lad, none's crutch. Mirrors. Over towards the white line, mirrors just backing him off, can't quite see what's coming round. Mindful of the van, mirrors as we come round so we don't cut this curb. Progress. Car here with its arse end sticking out onto the road, so mirrors.
Go
Just
round the
mindful of Jack
roundabout.
Crossing Road.
Second exit.
Smooth. So mindful, approaching roundabout. Mindful of this thing coming towards us, the mirrors stick right out on them. Whoa lad, way lad, whoa. Mirrors. Straight over this
Go round the
roundabout.
roundabout.
Just backing him off.
Second exit.
Just tickling and fettling. Mindful, van's coming out, followed by a pickup. Signals on. Mirrors as we come round over towards the white line again. Force of habit, we're quite wide enough to come round, but it's a force of habit for over towards the white line so you don't cut the curb.
After
Here comes some tight
100
roundabouts.
yards, go round the roundabout. First exit.
Mirrors.
Go round
Again,
the
over
roundabout.
towards the white line
First
as we're backing
exit.
him off. This is a bit tighter. Over towards the curb. Mirrors. Coming round now. Mirrors as we come out. Progress. Coming into open speed limit, which for us is 50 miles an hour. Now then, there was something I wanted to talk to you about on one of my recent videos. Some company from a what's it called? By the looks of it, it's some company that does dash cams. Posted a nice comment, fair play to them. They posted a nice comment and said, hi Barry, so they'd watched the video because they knew my name. Hi Barry, great video. Would you be interested in one of our? Would you be interested in one of our dash cams? It would make some awesome footage for your channel. And I thought about it, I thought, yeah, it would probably be nice. But then I thought, there's no such thing as a free meal in life, what's the catch? I didn't get in touch with her. I posted the comment publicly so you can see it. I'll highlight it for you in a bit. And I thought about it, I thought, well, what's the catch? There's no such thing as a free meal in life, is there? They're not going to give me something for nothing. What do they want off me in return? And the only rational explanation I could come up with is they would want me to do a review. And I thought, I don't want to do that, because I'll tell you for why. This channel's not monetised. Mirrors, backing him off, this one's turning left. This channel is not monetised. I don't make a penny from YouTube. I've had a video go viral recently with about 250,000 views on it, or 246,000 views or something like that. Not that I'm bragging, you know what I mean? Not that I've been counting. Now, for some reason, with the hashtags I must have put on it, there has been some ads come up at the start of it. That's nothing to do with me. I can assure you, I have made no money off that. My channel is not monetised. I think it's when you hashtag DAF or you hashtag, say for instance, a Scania or something. Companies tend to put their own ads on the video, or the more views it starts getting, YouTube puts a bloody ad on it. I don't know, but I've not put any ads on. I've not made a penny. I don't want to go down that route yet. I'm never saying never on it, because the reason being, I have only got, I think, 200, I wish. I have only got 2,000 subscribers. I think it's about 2,140 subscribers or something that I've got. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate every one of you. Even the haters, because I know there'll be some out there. Mirrors, we're going to be turning right here towards Chippenham. Some mirrors. Signals on now. Backing him off. Mirrors. Devices. I knew it was. I knew it was devices. Some mirrors over towards the white lines so we don't cut this curb. Mindful. Mirrors. Everything's turning. Go on, lad. Come wide now. Take it round now. Nice wide swing. There we go. Mirrors as we're coming round. Over towards the white line again. Signal's already cancelled itself. Progress. Traffic's heavy coming towards us. Steady flow going away. So yeah, I've only got 2,100 and some subscribers, and I appreciate every one of you. I really do. Even the haters, you make the algorithm better, because I know there's people that don't like me, but it is what it is. I would make an absolute pittance, and I mean a pittance on 2,000 subscribers. If I monetised the channel and put allowed ads on, I would make a pittance. And for me, as a viewer of other channels, there's nothing worse than when you get a video with 6 fucking ads in and you can't. Some of them, I don't know how they do it, but some of them make it so that you have to watch that ad so they get every penny revenue. And I think you only make about a penny per view. You're only making pennies. So if your video gets 1,000 views, you'll make 1,000 pennies. What's that? 100? I don't know. How much money is that? I've no idea. But if you're not getting any views, you know what I mean, you're not going to make a lot of money. I once monetised a channel. I did monetise a channel once, and I had, I think, 3,000 subscribers on that. And my videos were doing all right. They was. Oh, lad. I felt it was going to roll backwards then when I went for put gas on. There's a cyclist up ahead. My videos were getting like 2,000-3,000 views, and I made in a month fuck all. I think I made about £30 or something like that. I made about 30 quid. And the thing was, I think, if I remember rightly, you could only start claiming your money back when you'd made about £50 or £60. So I had to roll it over for 2 months before I could claim my money. It was not worth a carrot, honestly. It weren't worth a chew backer. And I couldn't be arsed with it. And it was a pain in the arse with the ads on. Mirrors just coming up to this cyclist. We can't see what's round. Them lights are on red. That's my opportunity. I'm going round. It's a broken white line on my side, so I can pass him. There's a broken white line on my side, a solid on t'other, so I can pass him. Yeah, and I made absolutely jack shit. I made fuck all. It wasn't worth a carrot. So I'm of the frame of mind that if you're going to make money on YouTube, you need to have, I would say, about 100,000 subscribers to start making a wage. There was a lad from Wigan, a bricklayer called Stu Crompton. Cyclist, he's done us again, bastard. We're back to square one. There was a lad from Wigan called Stu Crompton, a bricklayer. He ended up falling out with me for something petty. I think I'd fucking annoyed him with something. He'd put this namby-pamby status on Facebook, and I ended up saying, fucking grow up, you soft cunt, you know what I mean? And he fell out with me. But anyway, he don't speak to me. I've never met him, I don't know him, but he used to follow me on YouTube and Facebook. let's just get past this one. We're going to struggle here. Mirrors. Hopefully just get past him now before. No chance. We're knackered. He's not going to pull over, he'll cause a 20-mile tailback. Mirrors, we'll just get past him now before solid white line. He's doing less than 15 miles an hour anyway, so we're allowed past. Yeah, he fought out with me, and we've never spoken since online. But he started a YouTube channel up, and he was doing all kinds of daft videos, you know what I mean? Doing serious, emotional videos. He did one about he'd lost his hair and he'd had an hair transplant. I thought, fucking shut up, you soft cunt, you know what I mean? But anyway, notes against the lad. But then he started using his head. He's a bricklayer by trade. So he called himself the best bricky, which is a bit arrogant, some might say, but he is a very, very good bricklayer. He's very good. He's a very good skilled craftsman as well. Can't knock him for that. Watching him is like watching fucking paint dry, personally. This is just my opinion. Watching him is like watching paint dry. Talking to camera. Watching him work is fascinating. He is phenomenal. He's a good skilled tradesman. He looks like he's one of them people, he could probably turn his hand to anything. Technical wise, trade wise, do you know what I mean? He's very good. He's a craftsman. But when he tries to present on camera, he's got no personality. I find that's just. I'm not trying to have a go at him. It sounds like I am, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And there's nothing against him personally. It's just my observation that he's not got that spark. You know what I mean? He's not got that natural spark and flair in front of camera. So I find him boring that way. However, he used his head. He called himself the best bricky, and he started making his channel all about bricklaying and techniques. He has now got, I think in a couple of years, 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. On Facebook, he's got about 500,000, yeah? So he's making money off monetising his channel off the ads. Some of his videos have had 13 million views. This is an ordinary lad from Wigan. Some of his videos have had 13 million views. And they've been all around the world. He's had sponsorship deals from people that make tools, they're giving him all sorts. He is making a living from his bricklaying, and he's also making a decent living from social media, because he's got into Facebook as well. And his Facebook's massive. Stu Crompton, video creator. Check him out. So to me, he's quite rightly justified in monetising that channel, because he's got to put a lot of content out though, and he edits the videos. He's very good at editing. Like I say, he can turn his hand to anything, technical wise. It's just presenting wise what lets him down, for me personally. But I have nothing but admiration for the guy and what he's achieved. And this, like I said, this is just an ordinary lad from Wigan. Only a young fella. Well, I say a young fella, he's younger than me. Me in his mid-30s probably. And he's phenomenal at what he does. Now he's making a living out of YouTube. He's making money out of it. So he's treating it, quite rightly so now, like a business. For somebody like me, who's only got 2,000 subscribers, there's no fucking point.
Yards.
Because I wouldn't make a penny. All I would end up doing was annoying the loyal followers that I've got by putting fucking ads on. And then it would become all about money and a business. Like I say, Stu's doing well, but he has to pump out content all the time to keep the wheels turning. So I think once you go down that route that you start treating it like a business, you've got to have a completely different mindset with social media. You've then got to be politically clear. I can't get my words out. Mirrors, just mindful where this trailer's at. There's a car coming up, a van coming up the outside of me now. Mirrors, just mindful. I want to keep it wide so I don't clip the van. Mirrors as we come out. Signals on, progress. Yeah, I think once you start treating it as a business, and fair play to them, do you know what I mean? once you start treating it like as a business, you've got to be mindful of what you're saying, what you're doing, what content you're putting out there. Does this tick all the right fucking boxes? Racism, homophobia, PC, can't say this about politics, you can't say that. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to monitor yourself all the time, and then when you start getting into the business of people sponsoring you to promote things on their channel, on your channel, promote their product, again you've got to be mindful, because you've got to start acting all goody two shoes. You can't do what you want then, you've got to fucking play the game. Because otherwise all the sponsorships will pull out on you and you'll make no money. And then it becomes all about money. Mindful of this cyclist. I don't want to go down that route. I really don't. Don't get me wrong, I've never been money orientated, but money makes the world go round. Without it, we're knackered. And we all like to have money in our pockets rather than being skint. And I've been skint. Trust me, I have been on my arse more times than I care to remember. But money does not motivate me. Mirror's mindful. This guy's just... No, he's not. He's online. Mirror's signals on. Mirror's as we come round. Progress. I've never been money orientated that way. Doesn't interest me that way. Do you know what I mean? I do this for free, for the love and passion of doing it. Don't get me wrong, there's part of me, I'll admit it, there's part of me what probably has narcissistic traits where I do like the attention. I do like people saying, oh, well done, Dorothy. Of course I do, I'd be fucking mad not to, do you know what I mean? But I do it for the passion and the enjoyment and just for crack, and it gives me something new as well. I don't do it as a business. So if I was to go down that route of let's get sponsorships on board, let's get this, let's start trying to monetize the channel, for me then personally, I think this channel would lose its authenticity. Does that make sense?
Go round the roundabout.
As I say, I've nothing against people that do monetize the channel and treat it as a business, but I wish they'd just be fucking honest with people and say that's exactly what they're doing it for. Because I think when you start off on YouTube, it's all fun, bit of a laugh. When I first started on YouTube years ago, it was all a bit of a fun, a bit of a laugh. Don't take yourself too seriously. Just every Tom, Dick and Harry, your average member of the Joe public, getting the 5 minutes of fame, just acting prick. As the years have gone on, YouTube and social media has turned into a business, and these days, if people want to set out to do that, like I said, Stu Crompton, he's got his head together, he knows what he's doing with it. And I've every credit to the lad, I've nothing but admiration for him, believe it or not. I know he fell out with me, he probably won't watch this, he's fucking hundreds of thousands of big subscribers on his channel. He fell out with me a few years ago because I'd made some comments and told him to fucking wind his neck and he was being a soft little get or something. I don't know, I was probably pissed at the time. But I've nothing but admiration for the lad for what he's done and what he's achieved. But he's never bullshitting anybody. He's fucking set out to do that. And he's also started, he was teaching people how to lay bricks and stuff. No, so he's set up his own business through it, like. And every credit to the lad. But he's been honest from the start. What I can't be fucking doing with is when people try and still think that they're just your average Joe, but all they're doing it for is money, and it's money orientated. Buy this, buy that, pay me. Do you know what I mean? Pay me, pay me, pay me. I can't be arsed with that. To me then it loses all its authenticity, and that's not what I'm about.
400 yards, go round.
However,
second
if overnight I suddenly found that I'd got 10,000 subscribers, then I would have to think about monetising the channel, because it might be worth making a few pennies. Then if you start going up to 50,000 plus 100,000, you'd be mad not to monetise it and make some money out of it. But I'll tell you what I'd do then. If that ever happened to me, I would probably look at packing in work and just making a living from YouTube or Facebook.
Go round the roundabout.
If I was in that position to do so,
keep right.
I would make it my life's work to make videos and make documentary type of videos and do something with it. But at the moment, it's not worth a fucking chew of backer for me to start looking into monetisation and this, that and t'other. Does that make sense? Any of that makes sense? I've rambled on a bit.
After 200 yards.
Like there's a lad there in the trucking world, that trucker Tim. I've never met the guy, I don't know him from a bar of soap, I've never met him, I'd recognise him if I saw him.
Right.
He's not my cup of tea personally, but he comes across as a lovely lad. He comes across as a lovely lad and a genuine fella. And you can see why he's popular amongst the youngsters, amongst the kids and that, do you know what I mean? And he's making money off it. He's making a fortune, and every credit to him. I've nothing against him, I've nothing but admiration. Because years ago, you think about it, years ago, to try and get anywhere in the media or entertainment industry, you'd have to try and get on telly, and then the TV companies have got you over a barrel. It's all about what they want and how they're going to edit it. With modern technology the way it is and the way youngsters are being trained these days, it's all done in schools with computers. When I left school in 1992, computers were just coming out. When I was at junior school in the 1980s, computers were just coming out then, but they were the very, very basic office computers and that. When I was leaving school, computers were just being phased into the curriculum, just starting to be phased into the curriculum 30 odd years ago. So I never knew anything about computers. I'd seen them in the offices at the schools and that, at the junior schools and whatnot. When I used to go to headmaster's office for a bollocking, there was a computer in there. But they were just, like I said, they were just starting to come into the curriculum. Now, if you think about how far technology has leapfrogged even in them 31 years, it's phenomenal. And kids these days are we're now living in the digital revolution, as far as I'm concerned. It's the digital age. We've had the Iron Age, the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Victorian Age, and all that crap. The Industrial Revolution. I think this is the digital revolution. I really do. I think we're in the digital age. And kids now, it's second to none. So in 30 odd years, they all know what they're doing. So if you have that notion now to try and make a name for yourself on social media, you get yourself a couple of cameras, a computer and some editing software, you can make your own programs as good as any TV program that you see out there. So TV for me is fucking on its way out. It really is. The TV is on its way out. It's being phased out. People can do it all on their own, and you're your own boss. As long as you know, don't upset the apple cart with your sponsors and stuff like that, you can make a bloody good living out of it and call your own shots. Because I'm too old for any of that shit. I really am. I've got a wife, I've got a mortgage, I've got commitments. If I was young, free and single, oh Christ, I'd have a do at it. Of course I bloody would. But for me, I'm not money orientated, so I just do this for crack. So we've got all round our arse for say that, really, haven't we, Mum? That's my view on it anyway. But check out Stu Crompton. You probably, if you're a tradesman, you probably watch him already. He's absolutely phenomenal at building stuff. And I look at some of his work sometimes. I still follow him every now and again, of course I do. But I look at some of his work sometimes, some of his videos that I put on, I think, fucking hell, you know, you stood back, you'd be proud of building that. It's like, that is brilliant. Whereas I'd be good at demolition, I can't build anything. I'm shite, you know what I mean? But as a presenter, and this is nothing personal against him, it's just my opinion, and let's face it, everybody seems to have an opinion on everything and everybody else. Everybody has an opinion on me, so I have an opinion on other things. Presentational wise, as a presenter, he's about as interesting as watching fucking paint dry. And you just think that, you feel like saying, just shut up talking and just crack on with work, lad. That's what you're good at. That is your forte. You know what I mean? Some people are good at that, the forte. I'm good at talking shite. And it's all shite when I talk. I'm rambling shite now. But I'm a natural at chalking. I can't get my frigging words out today. I'm a natural at talking and rambling on about shite, you know what I mean? Because I do it with a passion and an enthusiasm. and a bit of a spark to draw people in. Do you know what I mean? So, talking for a living, I wish I knew then what I know now. Because if I could go back, we can't go back in time, you can't turn back the clock. But if I could go back, I'd have got into radio when I left school. I'd have got into broadcasting when I left school, I really would. And I'd have made a career out of it. But it's too late for me that now, it really is. Because I've got a mortgage to pay, I've got priorities, I've got responsibilities. And I'm quite happy with that. I am now a middle-aged, a married middle-aged, bald and slightly rotund, articulated truck driver. I've got responsibilities, I've got a mortgage, I've got a wife, and I am happy with my lot. I really am. Believe it or not, I really am happy with my lot. My life changed for the better in 2017 when I moved to Cumbria. If I hadn't moved to Cumbria in 2017, I'd probably still be scratching about on the window cleaning job, earning £300 a fucking week. Running myself ragged, trying to cram 12 hours worth of work into an 8-hour shift. And still fucking about doing videos on YouTube and trying to do the TV presenting thing. I mean, I might have got a foot indoors somewhere, who knows? But my life changed for the better, for me personally, when I moved to Cumbria 6 years ago in 2017. Because the year later in 2018 I met my wife. So it changed for the better, it did. And I'm happy with that, I'm proud of that. The best thing I ever did for myself, mirrors, the best thing I ever did for myself was leave Wigan. It is, it's the best thing I could have ever done for myself. Was leave Wigan, because it just opened me up to, my life began at 41. They say your life begins at 40, mine began at 41. I'm 48 next month. Mirrors, coming into single file. Yeah, we're going to throw this in for some fuel at Leigh Delamere, I think, and then we'll probably run down the M4 and jump on the M5 and run up. To go up the way and then come across the 34, I think is a lot longer. So we're coming back out right road now, any road. That knows what I mean, eh, lad? So yeah, I hope I've not rambled on too much there, but like I say, you know, somebody wanted me to, a company wanted to know if I wanted one of the dash cams, which would be nice. Well, then you're obliged to do them a review, and there'll be some kind of they're not just going to hand you a fucking dash cam for nothing.
After 800
There's no such thing as a free meal in life. They want something off you. Nobody will give you anything for free. They want something off you for that. And I don't want to get into that now with a couple of thousand subscribers, a nice steady loyal following. I don't want to be trying to get into sell people shit that they probably don't fucking need, because then I will be false. I won't be me. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, this channel has authenticity. I feel it does. What you see is what you get. I don't bullshit you, I never lie to you. I just tell it as it is, or as it is for me. It might not be as it is for everybody else and people watching, but I tell it as it is for me. Whereas when you get into presenting, you are being yourself, but you're being you on a good day, and a little bit, coming next on Radio Ding Dong. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be people friendly and all that shit. You can't F and Jeff, and you can't do what you frigging want. But if you're getting paid for it, you've got to play the game. Do you know what I mean? And at the moment, I'm on the borderline of not playing the game, and I like the fact that I'm that. I'm not quite playing the game, because I've no game to play. I've no one to please. I've nothing to sell to anybody. I don't monetize my channel and make a penny out of the ads, so it's everything's, the ball's in my court. Do you know what I mean? I do what I want, when I want, on YouTube. Within reason, obviously, I'm driving my employer's truck. Do you know what I mean? So I can't do what I want in this truck, but I do YouTube on my own terms, if that's what I'm trying to get across. I do YouTube on my own terms, not to please anybody else but myself. And for some reason, what I'm doing works. People like it. But I'll never set the internet on fire. I won't. I'll never set the world on fire. But I accept that, and I'm happy with my lot. I really am. Anyway, mirrors. Oh, where are you going, pal? A little bit naughty. I'm doing 50. I'm doing the speed limit for me. It's back into an open speed limit now for me.
400
Mirrors.
yards. Go round the roundabout. Second exit.
That's where I went wrong there. Exactly where I went wrong last night. I turned onto the A4 for Bath and Caution. I turned there, I took that wrong turn.
Go round the roundabout.
I came down here,
Second exit.
and then I took that bloody wrong turn there, so that's where I fucked up last night. I went down there, then I realised, oh shit, I'm coming towards Bath. So I turned off for Bradford upon Avon, and which would have been a nice road going through, but then the other side of Bradford upon Avon there was weight limits. So then I had to turn again and try and avoid Bath. That's exactly what I fucked up last night. I turned right at that roundabout because I was coming down here and I was going to be going in the way I've just come out. But I completely fucked that up there. That's what I did. That's what I did.
After 200 yards.
So from
go
Bradford
round
upon
the
Avon, we had to then skirt
first
round the
exit.
outskirts of Bath, jump back onto the A36,
Go
go
round the
round
roundabout.
Bath altogether,
First exit.
which was a pain in the arse because it was really busy with traffic. And then we had to pick up the signs for Bristol and make our way in via Bradstock, which would have been alright if the roads were quiet, but every fucking road was tight and it wasn't sexy, put it that way. So that's what I did wrong, that's where I fucked up. Every day's a school day, you know what I mean? This load we've got on is actually pretty light. It's loaded, like I say, it's loaded for Aberdeen. I'm only gutted I'm not taking it. I really wish this was like a Wednesday. I wish this was Wednesday today and I was heading from Frome there to Aberdeen. That would make my week, it really would. That would be amazing. I love how like that. My kind of runs, I mean this is a good enough run for me all the way back to Carlisle now. This is my kind of run. But to go on to Aberdeen, oh, it would have been the icing on the cake for me. Because from Aberdeen, then somebody else will get a load back down with timber somewhere. You know what I mean? Whoever's taking this on. I'd say it'd be Tuesday. Some will be working Monday. It's bank holiday, isn't it? But I'd say it'd be Tuesday when it's going. Now, there's a lay-by here. There's one up left and there's one up right. I've stayed in this one up right before. It was alright. Yeah, I spent the night on this one when I worked for the previous company, whose name we're not going to keep regurgitating. When I worked for the Green and White Army.
After 400 yards, go round the roundabout. Second exit.
Yeah, baby. Some mirrors.
Go round the roundabout. Second exit.
Go on, lad. Straight out. Mirrors, signals on.
After 200 yards, go round the roundabout. First exit. Go round the roundabout. First exit.
Mirrors. Right, so there's one lane shut off here, so we're going to put the signal on and come across early. Mirrors. There's a car followed us off the roundabout in a minute, but we put the signal on, come out early because I didn't want people to shut the door for me and I couldn't get out, you know what I mean? It's lane closure, isn't it? Now then, nice.
After 400 yards, go round the roundabout, second exit.
Signals on, we're coming back in. Mirrors, just start backing him off. We've still got a quarter of a tank of fuel, so I reckon on that we can get up towards Fadlidar. Where is it? Is it Michael Wood? I know they have it at Franklin. Franklin Services has the fuel card that we use. But they're going left here for the M4 anyway, Cirencester.
After 200 yards, go round the roundabout, second exit, then ahead, keep right.
Mottos take our fuel card. We only use the one fuel card, the UK Fuels, because it makes sense really, because we have fuel at the depot and we're passing the depot all the time. It makes sense to fuel up at your own depot, but we do have the UK fuel cards which are normally taken on the same pumps that use key fuels like Mottos, or whatever the case may be, tours. Dutchy tours, you know what I mean? Oh, Strencham do it as well. Yeah, I filled up at Strencham. Strencham take it. So that'll do us, that'll be happy. Strencham's not a bad one. They don't take it at Gloucester, I know that. I'm not sure if Michael Wood's I think Michael Wood might be a motto or not. But if failing that, I know I can get it at Strencham. I've had a cup of coffee here from that bloody from that butty van all along, and I bloody forget. But yakking onto you, Anna. So we're 2 miles off them four. Now I can't mind on whether Leigh Delamere is just the other side. I know it's on the other side of the M4 when I come up. I don't think it's on our side as well, so we might have scupped across to it, I don't know. Or just spray onto M5. I think that's what we'll do actually. But I want to be stopping shortly and saying ta-ra to you, because I'm going to crack on. This video will be about an hour long now. If there's a lay-by comes up here, I'll pull him in, we'll set ta-ra to you and I'll crack on. I might pick you back up later. If I don't, have a good weekend. I'm off next week, so I'll not be posting. I won't be posting much on YouTube next week, if anything at all, because I'm off. My wife's got a week off. But this is the end of week 12 for me now. Oh, sorry, week 11. Next week is week 12. Bit of a sliver in somebody's house. Yeah, this is the end of week 11 for me, so next week will be week 12, and that's my 3 months period completed here with this company. I'm off next week because it was already a pre-existing holiday, so they have to honour it when you start somewhere, don't they? And to be honest with you, I've found some of the work challenging, some of the building sites challenging. Not the reversing in, that's a piece of piss. Well, it's not, it's difficult, but I'm used to it. I know what I'm doing with it, do you know what I mean? But some of the shit old building sites that are concrete, and sometimes the way you get spoken to by the workers on the building sites, I've found difficult. And there has been
go round the roundabout, first exit.
I won't lie to you.
Take the motorway.
Shut up, you. I won't lie to you, there has been a couple of occasions where I've thought to myself, can I be arsed doing this? Is it really worth doing this? You know what I mean? And I have felt like a couple of times throwing towel in. But I've persevered with it, and I've now just come on to 3 months services. Bingo, what's this? Do you know what? Bollocks to it. We'll just we'll just crack on and get
Go round the roundabout, first exit, then take the motorway.
Perez. Signals on. We'll just go down here. With enough fuel to get us down to Strencham. Yeah, there has been a couple of times I've thought about throwing towel in and whatnot. And I did at one point inquire about going back on tippers for the Green and White Army. But they said I would have to, there was no tipper work going. If I wanted back, I'd have to cab up. And I did, at the time, think, well, should I go and cab up? And then I thought, nah, do you know what, fuck that, I've been there, I've done all that. Well, I've persevered with this, and on 3 months now, I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna commit to this, I'm gonna stop here. As long as they're willing to have me. I mean, you know, they might turn around and say, no, we don't want you, Murphy here. Yeah, Leigh Delamere, this is the one, and it's a motto as well, so I'm going to pull him off here at Leigh Delamere, so there must be another side to it. I thought it was just on that side. Happening is, but I have to come off and go over the bridge to it. I don't know. I've been into Leigh Delamere from the other side, you see. So yeah, we're going to pull off here. But no, on 3 months now, as long as they're happy with me, I'm going to stay here because I've started getting further afield now, and I'm getting out and about proper, doing some proper long distance jobs, and I like that. So I reckon I'll be staying. It's a good company, they're good people. Most of the drivers I've met I get on with. Well, all of the drivers I've met have been alright with me, to be fair. I seem to get on with the planners, get on with the management. There's a small team in the office, it's not a massive office full of staff, and you kind of get that, I don't know, family feel to it, do you know what I mean? And I like it, so as long as they're happy to have me, I'll be staying here. I'm happy to stay here. Right, so I don't know where Diesel place is. Just take our time coming down here now. Yeah, as long as they're happy to have me, I'll be happy to stay here, and I'm loyal, I'll commit myself to them, do you know what I mean? But I've always said all along, you've got to give a new job 3 months to see whether you're going to stick it or not. And like I say, I'm not lying to you, there's been a couple of times, and not recently, these last couple of weeks, but when I first started a few weeks ago, when I first started 12 weeks ago, there was times I was thinking, oh fuck this, there must be more to it than this shit. Right, I do not know where the petrol station is, so it's obviously going to be out end here somewhere. I'm just going to pull in here and set her RTU. You must be able to get into the fuel station here. It's bloody massive on this side now, see? But yeah, there has been a couple of times where I've questioned myself and thought, this is fucking shite. You know what I mean? You're strapping up and pissing down rain and it's taking you an hour. Fucking wind's blowing them. As fast as you're clipping them in at one side, by the time you get round to the side, fucking wind's blowing them out. It's annoying. But now I'm getting the hang of it, and I'm looking to stay here, so I'm committed to it. Right, I've been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you, my friend, have been beautiful. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Oh, we're just coming up on an hour actually, which is worked out all right. Yeah, I'm off next week. I'll speak to you probably week after. I might post something next week, I don't know. But what you see is what you get with me. You know what crack is. I'll see you later. Thanks very much for watching. You have yourselves a great time. Oh, this thing's slanted on an angle. That's not good. It should have been up there. Ah, well. It's what it is. Ta-ra!